What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father. It's at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below, as usual. Um, this one is entitled Talking Energy versus Doing Energy. What I mean by that is some people may be passionate when they talk. I'm not one of those type of guys most of the time. When I'm joking, yeah, but when I'm serious, no. Um, because I'm from the school. Some people talk it and some people walk it. So you got to understand that people who have talking energy, they're talking to give you energy. You know, they're passionate, they're energetic, they're giving you that you need to be inspired because you need that jolt. You know, and might not even be who they are as people, but they understand that when interacting with other people need motivation. That's why you have a lot of motivational speakers because and that's why a lot of motivational speakers are very energetic. Some may be animated, but they're very, very, very energetic. And I've noticed that. Um, and nothing's wrong with that because that's what's needed and that's what works. You don't see too many calm motivational speakers. You feel me? Because you know, um, kind of like a drill sergeant. The drill sergeant is on you, on your head, and that's what it needs for you to get up and clean up and shape up and ship out. That's what you need. Your parents, when they want you to do something, they really get at you, and you can tell the energy that they give off that they did serious. But it's like a precursor to doing work. And sometimes, but some people have to understand because somebody motivated you that way, that's not a way for you to do things. Because sometimes people wind up being very energetic like that, but they're using talking energy, which means they're talking that stuff, but they're not walking it yet because it sounds good when they're talking with energy. And you can tell sometimes the difference between because sometimes the talking energy, depending on the person, it doesn't come off as authentic. It doesn't come off as real. It comes off as a facade, which for some people it is, and some people it isn't. But you have to always be on. It's like if you met an animated person, or entertainer, or a comedian, when you see them outside of their occupation, you expect them to be on every minute you see them, and they're like, nah, I don't get down like that. That's for the stage. That's not, you know, this is not for a restaurant. You know what I mean? And people get thrown off by that. You might see you might if you meet Busta Rhymes, he ain't gonna be New York, Jersey. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna be doing that all the time. Like he'll do that when the music comes on, but he's not just gonna be sitting there, you know, ordering fish and like fish, chicken, shrimp. Like he's not gonna be doing that. um, but because we have this thing with talking energy, some people feel like if they passionate and they talk, that means something. To some people, it does, but to other people, it doesn't mean a thing. Now, I think that's different from doing energy. You know, a lot of people I see who are known for doing things aren't really as animated. They're more soft spoken because they've put their energy into doing things. So they can let what they do talk for them, for one. And for two, they don't have as much energy to be animated. Because, when even when I observe people, like if you know somebody has a physical job and they do it every day, And you're not about to say, man, how come they always doing this and doing that and doing this and all, and you can constantly see the fruits of their labor. You're not gonna ask why they're not animated, because they don't have to be, because you can tell they built this, they did this over here, they did this over here. So when they talking to you, they're like, look, all you gotta do is this. Now they're talking to you in that way because you know what they just did might have took 8, 10, 12, hours, or 2, 3, 4 days, or a month. It was a process that went from, A to Z. So they're different, you know, and you see that, like, I'm a big boxing fan. Most boxers talk trash to get the people. Most boxers don't talk trash, for one, but most of the most famous boxers are known to have verbal, be very verbal and vocal, because that's what people gravitate to. But they're very concise, they're very sharp and smart to the point, just as people, because in their minds they're a fighter. Like, we ain't got to sit here and talk all day, we can just fight. You know, same thing I've seen, like, you see, like, very intellectual guys who write a lot of books, or um, businessmen who are constantly doing business. You know, they may get animated at moments while they're going through the process, but when you're talking to them or listening to them, they're not rah rah type of guys, you know, because in a moment they can be, but that's just a moment into the process. As a matter of fact, to me, a lot of them guys don't even come off as energetic, they come off as blah, because they know how to conserve energy because they have to use it. And I think a lot of people misconstrue that with them being bland or boring. They're just conserving energy, because that amount of energy it takes to be animated can actually be put to use. And people who may not be as physical or smart may not understand conserving energy because um, they don't work as hard as other people. You know, some person might be up 24 hours to get a particular job done, so they're not going to be on 10, you know, all day long, because they won't make it that 24 hours, and they won't make something with an excellent standard at that pace. You know, sometimes everybody doesn't have Tupac's work ethic or DMX's work ethic, because they're animated. They were animated as far as Tupac, and DMX is animated, but that energy just is on going. They high energy people who just happen to do a lot. That's not a norm in that community. And I'm saying that the same thing happens uh, in relationships. Like, you might know a person who might talk big and they might be fun to be around, and you enjoy their company, and you make good memories because of what they do. You know, they might make everybody laugh or whatever. But you might be cool with somebody who's a little bit more soft spoken to get things done, because that soft spoken person might be the one to get things done, because you know, oh yeah, such and such, if we need this done, we need to call such and such, because you know he's gonna get it done, but probably gonna have to call him at a different time because he might be busy right now, because that cat always doing something. You might have to get on the list, you know what I'm saying, make an appointment, get in his schedule to help you out, because that's the difference between the talking energy and the doing energy. You know, you go out, there are people who talk about dance, and there are people who grab somebody on the dance floor and dance. Two different type of people. You know, Um, their parents who yell at their kids all day to do something, and their parents who show their kids how to do something. That's two different type of people. So so you got to ask the questions like which one are you? So figure it out.